everyone, welcome back to Dance Geek. I'm deliberately whispering, actually not deliberately, I didn't realise I was whispering. I'm looking to my side because there is another person here, Miss Kiara. Wave to the B-roll, Kiara. And I'm whispering because today's video, I'm setting it up like it would be when I'm adjudicating, and I try not to yell and talk really loud with my normal voice when I'm adjudicating. That's also why everything's much darker. We've only got one light and our laptops as our light source, because that's pretty much how things are when you adjudicate. The light source today, I'm using quite a bright light. When I adjudicate, there's a blue light normally for they'll put a blue gel over it or cellophane for the penciler, but that's about it. They keep it quite dark so that we're not distracting to the kids. And that's one of the many differences I've seen from how most comps run here in Australia as opposed to how they run in America from what I've seen on Dance Moms. So I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube of reaction videos, whether it be, there's been some silly ones where, people react to another silly video or whatever. I really like the ones where it's someone who does something as a profession reacting to somebody else. So, for example, one of my favourite reaction series is from Tristan Paredes. I've said his name wrong, I just know it, but he's a singing coach and a really good one, and he does reaction videos to singers. A lot of YouTubers, so he's done Gabby Hanna, he's reacted to James Charles, and he's actually he reminds me a lot of myself as when I'm doing my dance judging, because I get so emotional about it and so passionate, and get really like, oh no, because you can see how talented someone is, but they're just doing something slightly not right, and then he's able to put it into a constructive way to help them get better, and that's what I try to do with my adjudicating. So in Australia, some comps do audio reports, audio crits, but most comps still do a written report, and I'm really lucky that Kiara comes with me for most of those, and for most of my work, and she does my scribing, as we call it. Most of the time it's handwritten, but there are quite a few comps now that use a computer or a laptop and they type it out, which I actually prefer, but mostly because it spell checks. So I want to show you what it's like to be an adjudicator in Australia. So things that are always on the desk, they always give you pencils, pens and notepaper. We do have some scrap paper under here. Most judges, in fact I've been told I'm the only one that uses a laptop to keep track of my scores, but most judges will write down notes as they go for each person or for each competitor. I don't do that. I love spreadsheets, I love order and organisation, so I use my laptop. We always have snacks. So Kiara did a little snack plate, isn't she cute? There's always water and drinks.
Gourmet sweets and cheeses. Gourmet
sweets. I always have my eye drops, because even if I'm wearing my glasses, my eyes still get really, they just get tired, and I, funnily enough, need to see. Yeah, just random things, and judges will have their own little setup. This is how I do it. But we, of course, always have the bell. The bell. Ooh. Now, if you're a comp dancer in Australia, or if you have ever been a comp dancer in Australia, that bell, the sound of the bell is fear, like, oh, you're like, oh my god, I have to dance. It's like that. It's Pavlov's dog. We hear a bell, we start, pull up, you've got to go on to dance. We use the bell as an indication from the judge to the competitors and the backstage crew that the judge is ready to go. So I am going to be watching the Dolan Twins. They will be my dancers that I'm adjudicating, because I have done some behind the scenes stuff in my adjudicator vlogs where you've seen a little bit of me adjudicating, but I can't show everything. And I really want you to be able to get this idea of what it's like from my perspective, my unique, just me adjudicating. I don't know how other adjudicators do it, but this is how I do it. yeah, so I thought, why not do it like the React videos, and I'll use some YouTubers that have already put themselves out there for critique. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. I've seen the first part of this series. They did a two-parter about putting themselves getting out of their comfort zones. Now, to my knowledge, they haven't actually followed up and done anything else out of their comfort zone. They made it sound like they were going to. So, look, if for some reason Ethan and Grayson Dolan, with your millions and millions of followers, if you watch this video, please do some more of these out of your comfort zone videos. I really liked it, and not just because it was dancing. They got the Ziegler twins, Maddie and Mackenzie, to come in and teach them a hip-hop routine in the first episode, and then in the second episode they performed it for some industry professionals. I haven't seen all of the second video. I stopped just before they started dancing because I knew I wanted to do this video. So let's get straight into it.
Can I ring the bell?
No, you can't ring the bell. I have actually let her ring the bell.
Lets me ring the bell.
I have let her ring the bell before. She nearly freaking wet her pants the first time she did it. But no, this is the first time I get to do it on my own channel. So, are we good to go?
Yes.
That's the first thing the last thing I do before I ring the bell is check that the penciler, the scribe, is good to go. Because they're the one that's got to do all the work. No. Great costume. Love the costume, yeah, love the costume, now that they've jumped to the front. Try to match each other's intensity in the opening. Ooh, nice shoulder pop. Quite good strength in floor work.
Yeah, let's go.
Work for a stronger accent in height. Take care with your spacing in that final movement. In other words, try not to split on top of each other. There's a lot of potential here. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of potential. Just right, there's a lot of potential. You'd have to write, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of potential here. Keep working to sharpen your movements. Great job. And then you right? So you'll notice that I'm actually still typing. You might notice, yeah. I always make sure the scribe is good to go. I'll still be typing the points for that routine as the next person comes on, because one of the most important things with adjudicating is actually the speed. You've got to get through it really quickly. You can't be sitting there and having a big old gas bag about it or a think or anything after. You just got to, one routine and the next one comes on, which can be really difficult. But that's part of the job. So some of the things you would have noticed in that, things like I said, oh, great costume. I always open with a costume remark, always. My mum did all of my costumes and my sister's costumes and a lot of other people's costumes actually. And she always said to me, if you ever adjudicate, Claire, can you promise me you'll always mention the costume? Somebody has worked really hard on that, even if they've just sourced it from somewhere and not made it themselves. So I always mention the costume out of respect to my mum. It can be difficult when I don't like the costume, but my personal opinion is not massively important. Like, there are some costumes where I just don't like the style of it, but I'm not going to say that because that's not really relevant. If I think there's something about the costume that is inappropriate, ill-fitting, sometimes with tutus, the skirt part of it, the tutu skirt is just too big and that's very distracting, so I'll make mention of that. But I'm not going to tell you if I think your costume is hideous. Some judges do though, apparently, but you know, okay, if you think that's relevant, you do that. Me? No, I'm not going to say that. Yeah, but you'll notice with that, I said, oh, great costume, but then they jumped around and the costume, the pants matched and the tartan, the plaid or whatever. It was really cute. I really liked it. So I got Kiara to change that. So it's not always everything that comes out of my mouth that they say. I actually have times where I'm like, oh crap, what was that? Or, oh, wow, that was amazing. I'm like, oh, don't write that, and I'll reword it. But I do that as we're going, which is why the scribes just have to be so on the ball. They just have to be like, bam, bam, keep up. Sometimes I will see something in the dance and make a mental note of it and not say anything about it. So I think with that one, it was when they did the hype. I was like, it needs to be a bit more. Sometimes it's because I may have already said something about that, or I'm just caught up in what's happening next. Other times it's because I'm trying to figure out what exactly it was, or what's the most important thing I think that they need to work on with that, and the best way to word it. So that's why, with this case, that's why I delayed it. So I didn't say it as they were doing it. I said it a little bit later and got Kiara to write it down later. I always try to finish with something encouraging, and in the middle of it, I try to focus on the things that are going to be the most beneficial to the dancers at the stage they're at now. So getting really, really detailed, that's the job of their coach. For me, it's more the overall picture, and where can I could tell pretty much from the get-go that these guys weren't, 18-hour a week full-time dancers, or even like your intense hardcore kids. They were your type of guys that you see this a lot in hip-hop, guys that do a hip-hop class a week, may have only just started, just really enjoy it, but have a lot of natural charisma and some natural talent for it. And they definitely do have a natural flair for dance. I think if they kept working at it, they would definitely, they'd be great. They'd be really, really good. I think their aim here was to try and fool professionals into thinking they were professional. No. I'm watching the rest of the Dolan Twins video, and I wasn't planning on filming this part. I just wanted to watch the rest of it because I like the Dolan Twins. But okay, the judges, I get that this is not they're not trained dancers. It's not a real life dance competition situation, but the judges gave them insanely high scores and ended up giving them a perfect score. I think that is stupid. It's not helpful to the dancers at all. You can't just go and tell somebody who's putting themselves out there, oh, you're great. Yeah, you're wonderful. You've got great chemistry. It looks so good. The tricks were fun. That's not going to help them. You can still be nice to somebody and give them something to work towards. And if you ever have me as a judge, just know that no matter how good you are, I'm still going to find something that you can work on. I will always tell you what you've done well. I'm always going to tell everybody, even the weakest dancers, I will find something good. I will find something that you do really well. But I will also always, no matter what your standard, I will always find something that you can work on, because I know that's what trained dancers want. I don't know if the Dolan Twins had a deal going with these judges that, I'll just say good things or whatever. I don't think they did, but they were probably told, let's make it upbeat, fun, all that. And I get that. It is a different situation. So I'm not critiquing these two judges for giving them that. But I don't think it's really in any way helpful to a dancer to just give them a perfect score and say, you're great, you're perfect, you're amazing, there's nothing. I've never done that before. I've occasionally had maybe two where I've gone, I'm flawed, I don't even know what to say. They were it was two. They were only ever ones where I'd actually already adjudicated them at that same comp in other routines, so they'd already gotten feedback from me, and then they'd done one particular routine that was just insane, and I just enjoyed it. But that's only ever happened twice, and like I said, I'd already been able to give them critiques in other routines. So I understand for the views and for the fans would be adding these two all the freaking time. The Dolan Twins fans would come for them if they were like, oh, I thought this could be better. No, they wouldn't be standing for that. But in the real dance world, no, I don't think that's appropriate. I don't think it's helpful at all. Hip hop was definitely the right genre to pick, or not genre, the right style to pick for them. And I really liked the steps that the Zieglers gave them. They weren't out of their they weren't, you know, too far out, but they weren't just, you know, step click basic. It was quite clever. This is all stuff that I can't give to in a crit sheet. I can't, or I'd be there for ages and I'd never get hired again because the comp would run like 2 hours overtime because I'm writing essays for you. So I just try to give you as much information as I can within the parameters that, or sorry, within the standard that you're at the moment. So my SD card just crapped itself, and the whole last section of this video is corrupt, so I can't use it. But basically all I was saying, you know, all I was talking about was I'm actually now offering online adjudication. So if you want me to do something similar to what I've done here with the Dolan Twins, you can now purchase that from my website. You can send me footage of you dancing, and as long as you've got permission, if you're underage, so if you're under the age of 18, if you have permission from your parent and from your main teacher, then I will, then you can buy an adjudication from me, basically. It'll be more than just a crit sheet. I will give you a written report or a typed up report, and you will also get footage of me talking through the routine, so kind of like an audio crit sheet, but you'll actually get to see my face as well. I don't know why you'd want to, but, you know, some people like to see the weird faces I pull when I'm adjudicating. It's really, I'm like, who knows? But what I'll also do is, in that context, I can actually give you some extra info that I can't normally do in a regular dance comp situation. So link in the description box of this video. Head over to my website, Dance Geek Claire, and yeah, buy yourself an adjudicator. You can hire me yourself. Okay, that's all from today. Thank you big time to Kiara for doing this for me. It's like midnight or something here in Melbourne, and it's really hot and stinky. We had to turn the aircon off to do this video, so thank you so much to her for helping out. Thank you to everybody for watching. I've been getting some really, really lovely feedback on my videos lately, and it means so much to me. It really does. So thank you so much for that. Feel free to share this video with people who you think might enjoy it or might get something out of it. As with all my videos, I put them out here for the dance community to learn something they might not have known before. So yeah, share. Hit the subscribe button with the notification bell so that you can get notified when I upload. And hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down, because YouTube's analytics see it the same way and you're entitled to your opinion. So go for it. Thanks heaps for watching, guys. Bye.